Well, hey guys, good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you on the Inspirations for Your Life show. Thank you so much for deciding to join me today or this evening. We have another great show, as you know. We always have a great show. If this is your first time here, well, welcome. If you're coming back, I definitely want to say welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing to be with me and to improve the quality of your life. If you're thirsty, feel free to go grab yourself something like I have my RO water here, or maybe you want a snack or fruit or some beverage or something. Feel free to do that. Whether it's healthy or not, that's totally up to you guys. So feel free to do that and come on back. All right. If you haven't heard of believemeachieve.com, what are you waiting for? Go check that out. And yes, come on back. That is, go to believemeachieve.com after the show, not right now. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and kick this show off, shall we? All right. We've been talking about a very, very interesting topic all, well, week. And, now we're basically getting into Tuesday. We still have a little bit left of the week to go. And hopefully these things make a difference in your life. That's my desire for you. So this is the Inspirations for Your Life show. It's the daily motivational show, ladies and gentlemen. This week we're talking about how to be unstoppable, your glow up error. This is series 5, by the way. Um, and I think a lot of people, like, they don't realize like what actually goes on, or what's happening, and how our mind can see possibilities. Again, this is series 5, um, show number 4, and episode. Yes, yes. Can you believe, guys, that we are on episode number, yeah, we're at episode number 4, and we're on show number 4. So again, it's so great to be with everybody here and to be celebrating being on the year, actually over 4 years. This is our 21st day in the 5th year. And it is great, really great to be with you guys. So hello once again, and welcome back to Inspirations for Your Life, the daily motivational show where growth is intentional, mindset is powerful, and progress is built one focused decision at a time. I'm your host, guys. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, also a coach, graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. It's my privilege and pleasure to be with you today or this evening. Over the years, guys, of building businesses, solving complex problems, and coaching others through uncertainty, I've learned this truth. Your life moves in the direction of your focus. Today's episode is all about training your mind to stop staring at problems and start seeing possibility. Number one, your brain will always find what you constantly look for. Start looking for solutions, guys. Yeah, start looking for solutions. And when you look for solutions, like I said, your mind basically changes. Your mind changes. And it might not happen like overnight, but I'm going to tell you guys something. It's going to change, and you're going to be like, wow, like I didn't realize that was going to happen in my life. I didn't realize how it was going to happen, or how it was going to work, or how something was going to fit in that maybe, I don't know, maybe you just didn't think about for whatever reason, right? I mean, whatever was pretty much going through your head for that moment. You know, you were going one direction, you're like, well, I don't know how to get to the other side, or I don't know why I'm on this path right now. And the pathway could just be something having to do with you and your core values in life. And that's something that a lot of people, they miss this, guys. They definitely miss this. Um, and I wanted to say this to you because, ladies and gentlemen, it is so important that you understand the keys to changing your life, because you have this ability, guys. You absolutely have this ability. And I want you to know that you can make these changes in your life whenever you want to make them. So tonight I'm going to take you from stuck to unstoppable, okay, in your globe error. And again, we're all about tonight. Let's own your own identity, treating your life like, well, it matters. Owning your identity, treating your life like it matters. And that's important for us to understand because when we understand that, we know that there's possibilities. We know that there is potential. We know that what happened yesterday is not going to happen tomorrow. We learn about our confidence, which is built from within. No one else builds that. And success begins with self respect. And I think sometimes self respect takes a backseat, not because it wants to, but because, well, we procrastinate. And that's what causes that problem, to be quite honest with everyone. So we're all about ownership and owning who you are, how you show up, and the life you're building. And this is all about owning your identity, treating your life like, well, it matters because when you begin to live as if your life has weight, meaning, and impact, everything about how you move through the world changes. You're not random, guys. You're a walking assignment. Your existence carries purpose. Act like your life is important because it is, guys. Self respect sets the tone for everything else. Number three, guys, you're not just here. You're here to impact something, to make an impact in this amazing world. Presence matters. And you might say, John, well, no, it doesn't. I'm here to tell you your presence matters. So when you understand that presence matters, you'll be able to do some amazing stuff. I don't care what skills you have right now, but when you know your presence matters, that's when you start creating some amazing, special things in your life. Number four, guys, start living like your choices echo into other people's lives. Because you know what, guys? They do. They echo into other people's lives. And you might be saying, John, oh, that doesn't happen. Yes, it does. It happens every single day of your life. It's just you might not be tuned into it at the moment. Okay. You might not be tuned into it. And if you're not tuned into it, it's like, well, what do I do? What do I say? Okay. Um, you have a lot of potential, my friends, a lot of potential. Number five, you are someone's inspiration, even if you don't see it yet. You might help somebody who was going to give up on their dreams. You might help a parent decide that they can do something they didn't think they could. You might help somebody, even at work, solve a problem or a challenge or take on a project that maybe they didn't have the confidence for, and you help them build that. Number six, stop living like a backup plan in your own story. When I hear people living on a backup plan, I feel so sorry for them because they don't have enough confidence in their main plan. Number seven, you're not optional. You're essential to someone's breakthrough. Start appreciating that. Your presence changes rooms. Walk in with intention, and you'll create a different mindset, and so will everybody else in that room have one. Number nine, you're allowed to carry yourself like you matter because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, you do matter. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, John, you know what? I'm not really valued. I'm nobody." Nobody is nobody. I want to say that right now. Nobody is nobody. And if nobody is nobody, right? I mean that you are somebody. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's a very important thing to understand. Maybe you're saying to me, John, I don't quite get how this works. And that's okay if you don't get how it works. It's perfectly okay. Number 10, when you respect your time, energy, and your boundaries, guess what? Your life goes into this massive upgrade moment. Yeah, it upgrades. That's pretty cool. Number 11, you're not needy for wanting more. You're aware. And when you're aware, that becomes, well, a very, very big thing to realize. A very, very big thing to realize. Number 12, guys, treat your goals like appointments you refuse to miss. I think when we do that, our life really can be making this amazing, amazing jump. Number 13, show up for yourself the way you show up for others. You show up for others all the time, don't you? But I want you to show up for yourself the same way. You matter. You're important. Yes, you are. And I think the sooner you realize that, the sooner that you I can make a difference in my life. You absolutely can make a difference in your life. Number 14, your standards are not too high, guys. They are a filter. Yes. Number 15, you teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Number 16, stop auditioning for rooms you were born to own. I think once you get that praise or once you get that pat on the back, even though you don't do it for that reason, that causes the confidence to start sprouting, to start growing inside you. It's like this rock coming down a mountain, right? Once it gets enough inertia and energy behind it, nothing can stop that snowball. And so once we get enough energy behind us, nothing can stop us. So let's start believing that every day. When we believe that, our life has the power to change. Now, it doesn't change by just snapping our fingers. I'm sorry, guys. It changes when we decide that we can make a difference in our lives. Okay? When we make that decision, that's when we can see, well, breakthroughs in our life. Some very big breakthroughs. Number 17, you're not a low priority. Stop scheduling yourself last. You matter. You're important. I know from being on the side of the coin, we always want to help people. For years, I don't care whether it's an elderly person, senior, or someone younger. I don't want you to think that just because somebody's older, somebody's younger, that means you can put yourself down. I think that's the big thing that I want to say to you guys. If you understand that, then and only then can you actually make a big, big difference in your life. And I think some people say to me, "Oh, John, this isn't really the way I want to go." But I'm here to tell you that the way you're going right now is based on your thoughts, it's based on your energy. And so if you can change that energy, well, then you can basically change where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to do, right? I think that's something that a lot of people say to me, "Hey, John, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to be. I feel like the world is not, I don't want to say it's not being kind, but maybe you're feeling lost in this world." I think that's a huge problem for a lot of people. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about the fact of discrimination, right? And we know there's discrimination for race, religion, sexual orientation, creed, color, political party, right? But did you know something? I don't know if you know this. You actually have discrimination for what? You have discrimination for even things in your own culture, right? In your own culture. And then when you're expected to act a certain way, right? Life seems like it gives you unfair cards. And this has happened in some different places. I have to tell you that. If you ask for support and you don't get it, maybe people are pushing their agenda. But when you have your agenda, it's like, well, they're too busy. They're too busy to help with your agenda because their agenda is more important. Okay. I think when we know that we know, our world changes like that overnight. Number 18, guys, your name deserves to be attached to things you're proud of. What are you proud of right now? You proud of who you are? Are you proud of your skills? Are you proud of your intelligence? Are you proud of your athletic ability? Are you proud of your core values, like the fact that maybe you're resilient or you're trustworthy or that you're respectable or the fact that maybe you're accountable, right? Or maybe the fact that you're loving or maybe the fact that you're forgiving. These are important things, guys. Number 19, you don't have to dim your passion to be accepted. There's nothing wrong with having passion for who you are. Where the problem comes in is when we try to put our ego out there and we try to make people think that what we're doing is more important than everybody else. See, that's when we get bit in the butt. Okay. We need to be humble, have humble pie. Number 20, guys, you're not dramatic for caring deeply about your life. So there was a gentleman a while back, I'm going to say several years ago. And so what happened is he'd always have these challenges and he would need help. And he's an older gentleman, so I always wanted to help him. Like he'd have TV problems or have computer issues, and I do that stuff, as you know. And I was like, I'd put my life on a back burner, whether that was filming the show, doing a live, and I'd go down to help him maybe around 8 or 9 o'clock. Right? Figured I'd be gone maybe about an hour or two, 8 to 9, 9, 10, 10 to 11. Sometimes I wouldn't get back till 12 or 1 o'clock. Then I'd come back and I would do my show. And the thing that hit me was there wasn't a real solid thank you. I thought there would be. It was expectation that I'll always be there. And finally, I decided that I think I was being abused. People that want to be the nice guy, they say nice guys finish last. I understand why that's a truth today. A lot of times, it's when the nice guy does the same thing over and over again and doesn't take care of him or herself. That's when he finishes last. A nice guy doesn't finish last if he or she understands the choices need to be made in their lives to protect their boundaries, their assets, their core beliefs, right? How many times have you been in grammar school or high school and somebody said to you, oh, well, you have to do that because all the guys are doing that. So you feel like a schmuck if you don't do it, right? But you're actually replacing your core values for something that's less important to you, all because you want to impress your friends. I got news for you guys. They're not really friends. Number 21, own your uniqueness, your gifts, and your pace. When you do this, guys, guess what? Peace will be at your feet. Have you taken time to think about the moment? Or are you so drawn in that the moment becomes fleeting for you? Number 22, guys, your uniqueness is leverage. It's not a liability. And we have to stop treating it like that because when it's not a liability, we're like, hey, there's so much we can do in our life. Number 23, walk like you're headed somewhere, not wandering. Um, One of my parents told me this a long time ago when I was going somewhere. I wasn't sure I belonged. He's like, John, walk like you belong. And when you do that, and you have that confidence, nobody will bother you. Maybe it was going out somewhere at night or whatever. And when you walk like you were scared, or you walk like you felt like you didn't fit in, well, you stuck out like a red thumb. But when you walk like, you own the street, people leave you alone. Number 24, guys. Your life is a message. Make it one you're proud to send, not one that you're going to say, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your life. Be proud of what you do. That's important, guys. It's so important that you do that. You understand that. Number 25, guys. If you treat your goals casually, they'll treat you like a hobby. If your life's a hobby, it doesn't matter to you whether you get anywhere. You're just doing it for fun. I've said this before in life. Don't just think about surviving. You've been doing that most of your life. Think about how you can thrive in your life. Think about how you can make a difference in your life. Number 26, guys. You are the main decision, the maker of your destiny. You're the main event, guys, every single day. But maybe you're saying to me, John, I don't feel I'm worthy. Well, stop thinking that way. That's the first thing you've got to do. Stop thinking that way, because when you stop thinking that way, you will realize one important thing, and that is that you are a unique person, and there's no one in this world like you. No one in this world like you. That's important, guys. Really important. When you realize that, then the world becomes your oyster. Not yesterday, not next week, not next month, not next year, right now. But you've got to understand, you've got to make this world your oyster. And you can do it with belief. Number 27, guys. Stop shrinking your dreams to match small opinions. Maybe your friends or so-called friends, or maybe even your family. I know they mean good, but if they're here to tell you something to get you to stop your dream, that's a problem. I know many years ago, my parents didn't want me to work for myself. Maybe they were concerned because it was hard in the beginning. But I think that made me appreciate my life even more. When you can have that kind of realization, you start to be like, wow, I got an incredible life. I love getting out of bed every morning. If you don't have that kind of mentality about, wow, I love getting out of bed every morning, something's got to change. Because if it doesn't, you're going to keep living your life on autopilot. And when you live your life on autopilot, the minutes flow, the days go by, the months, the years, and you don't enjoy the time you're in. You're always rushing something. Number 28, guys. Your identity is not a debate topic. Some people might say it is. Some people may try to get you to get up on let's say, a pedestal, right? Or on a soapbox and stand for a cause. But if that cause doesn't resonate to you in your heart, don't do it. Your identity is one of the most precious things. And I'm not talking about identity like, things like the lock services to protect your credit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your identity of who you are in the world and who others see you in the world as. Do you know who you are? You know who others see you as? If you don't, take some time tomorrow or later on today and write down what it means to you until you can get serious about what your life means. It's just going to be a hobby. I hate to break that to you, but it's the truth. Number 29, guys, you are the exact person needed for the life you're dreaming about. Yeah, I know sometimes life gets scary. Life gets challenging. We've all been down these paths before. But it's these paths that inspire us to dig deep and say, wait a minute, I can do this, right? I've done this, and look at my results. Surely I can do this. If you believe you can, you're right. As Henry Ford said, if you believe you can't, you're also right. So I think we've got to put more energy into focusing on positive belief and things we can do. I'm not saying that they're going to be easy. I'm just saying we can do it and we can get better at it each day. Number 30, guys, today, act like your life is a big deal because, ladies and gentlemen, it is. Maybe it's not to someone else, but that doesn't mean that you should not celebrate every day of your life. The fact that you're able to get up in the morning, the fact you're able to breathe, the fact that you're able to make a difference in this world, the fact that you are your own person, your own personality, your own traits. You like things other people like. You might dislike things people like, and you're different. And I think that's what makes the world go round. You know, this is always an amazing show, and this has been Inspirations for Your Life, ladies and gentlemen. This is the daily motivational show where people who are ready to stop playing games and minimizing themselves and start living with true intention come for inspiration and direction. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, reminding you that when you own your identity, you give yourself permission to live a life that truly matters. And you know what, guys? When you live that kind of life, miracles happen every day. Have a great one, everyone, and check out believemeachieve.com. I'll catch you real soon.